I do a terrible job at regulating the volume of my voice.
Regulators, mount up.
Gotta stay hydrated, bro.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm rocking one of these tonight.
Yeah?
Full of coffee. It's a whole pot. Just shy.
Oh, are you? Okay, I'm double fisting it here. I got coffee in one and water in the other. This one's coffee, obviously.
Okay, good.
Oh man.
All
Alright.
That's me as a Wookiee.
Mm-hmm. Let's fucking get in there. You ready to do this thing?
Fired up, baby girl.
Alright, man. Well, for all of you at home, welcome to the Bloody and Sutty Show.
I'm Bloody the Elf.
And I'm SuttySmash.
I don't know why I had to do this with my hands, but welcome to the show for jackasses by jackasses. We got a great show for today.
We do. We have an interesting one. We've got Blood is going to talk to us about a game that he's been playing.
Mist Survival.
Not to be confused with The Mist from Windows 98 era.
That was just Mist.
Just Mist, yeah. I have a couple good This Week in Dumb stories. Actually,
That's great because I didn't bring one, so you can do the two if you want. We'll see.
All right, we'll see.
We'll do it. It's a little based on time.
I have got a solid lineup of movies for Bloody on the Rotten Tomatoes game. This week we are going with a movies that fucked your mind theme.
They took your mind
and
got in there.
Yep.
Some of that.
Didn't even call it back afterwards.
Nope. Hey, Dorothy.
Nice seafood dinner.
Hey, Dorothy Mantoothed it.
Dorothy Mantooth was a saint. But before we do, if you enjoy this content and would like to see more of it, please give us a like, share, subscribe. Leave comments down below with your thoughts or suggestions on,
Like, subscribe. Like, subscribe.
Pew, pew, pew.
If you like us, you'll like and subscribe.
I don't know what you're doing this, man. You need to take your singing career. That'll take off. Launch right into that.
I'm gonna be a DJ first.
Yeah? Fucking, how was your week, man?
Really good.
Yeah? You're fucking retarded. Fucking retarded.
Don't
just put that anywhere.
We'll just leave that there.
Jesus Christ.
Aww.
What'd you break?
Didn't break anything.
You broke something.
No, I knew.
Something is...
I knocked my coffee cup over.
Well, don't do that.
But I got coffee on. Alright, so you know how like sometimes businesses will frame the first dollar that they make?
Yes.
Well, I did mine. I've got my first check I ever received from streaming. It was actually from Amazon. It was for $1.74.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. See, I had my information there. Right there.
Look at that.
The whole dollar, but I just spilled coffee all over it.
Nice.
It's bound to happen.
Coffee is life. Every drop is precious.
It's liquid gold.
Mm-hmm.
My week was good. I went to Friday. I went out. I went to a hit up Dave and Buster's for a little bit, and then went over to an art gallery downtown.
You bougie bitch.
I went, and it was kind of like that moment where I realized I understand why boomers don't like millennials. I just walked in, I'm like,
I don't like this at all.
why? But realistically, actually, I had a really fun time. Some of the artists there were phenomenal, and I bought a little art, and I didn't spend very much money or anything, but I did buy some. It was great. I had a great time, and I would do it again. I went over to the Deuce. Are you familiar with the Deuce?
Nope.
Downtown? It's down on, I think it's like on
Uncultured piece of shit.
like on Washington or Jefferson or some shit like that. It's downtown. And one of my coworkers was having her art featured in a gallery. And so we went and said hello to her and checked out her art. Some of that got purchased while I was there. And then...
Did you do one of these? Do they do that? Is that...
No, it was really loud.
They just take it off the wall and it's like, well, you can't buy that anymore.
No, they like stick a little sold sticker next to it and they get it later. So like the art stays on display even after it's sold. But there's like a DJ there and it was really loud. One of the dudes that was there smelled like a ferret. And specifically a ferret.
Yeah.
Now my old...
A lot of stale urine.
Yeah. And he's singing along with the DJ really loud. And he was very obnoxious. But you know what? It kind of just added to the charm of the event.
Yeah.
So I wasn't even mad.
Experience.
It was good. I appreciated it. And about it. Really, that was work was work.
Yeah.
And
as it is.
As it does. I got held up on Friday night too. Friday night I was pissed because I got held up and it was the night I was supposed to be going out. And I was angry that I got held up and I actually had to work late. And then like...
Ugh.
Irritating. What are you gonna do though? All's well that ends well. I had a great time at the end of the day though, so
That's good,
hope to do that again soon.
I'm glad you had a good time, and I hope you do it again soon.
You know what? I may do it again on Friday. We'll see. What about you?
Was different. Oh, look, it's a Marie.
A wild Marie
Marie.
appears.
Hello. Say hi. She's like the there's a baby in there. Fucking A. Ezzy. Yeah, they can't see.
There it is. You got a little
There's
bump.
the baby.
The next Sutty.
She lets me do things to her sometimes.
Why?
Why? Ezzy, welcome in, man.
So heinous.
But my fucking week, man. Throughout the whole week, it was okay. And then Thursday came around. I was supposed to fly out to LA.
Yeah.
For work.
The city of
my
angels.
boss. Yeah, the city of angels. Los Angeles. And I set my alarm, and I had to be at my boss's house by like 7:30 because our flight left about 9. All we were doing was bringing
very
backpacks.
AM.
Yeah, it is very AM. But it wasn't a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
So I set my alarm, and either I didn't turn it on, which I'm pretty sure I made sure I turned it on.
Mm-hmm.
Either that happened, I turned it off while I was asleep, or the baby turned it off. Either way, alarm didn't go off. I woke up once at like 4:30, and I was like, nope, fucking laying back down for this.
Yeah.
I have an alarm set, so I can sleep for a little longer. And then the next time I woke up, it was 7:15, and I had to be at my boss's house in like, yeah, well, no, by 7:30. But I had to be at my boss's house in 15 minutes, and he lives 40 minutes away. So that was awesome.
That does not compute.
It does not.
Time-wise.
So I called him and was like, hey, I'm just going to meet you at the airport, so you're not having to wait on me. I'll just meet you at the gate. Everything's going to be fine. So me, like an idiot, like I'm driving with a quickness to get there. I pull up, and this is where the idiocy goes. I just parked in the first parking lot that I saw. So I was like, oh, parking, go. So fucking parked. It's been years since I've flown. I get out, and it's like, no, there are no shuttles that will pick you up here. It's park and walk. I was like, all right, dope. So parked, and then started walking, and then realized how, about halfway into the walk, how far away I was from this terminal. It was about 3/4 of a mile, and I realized that because I was no longer walking on sidewalk. I was like walking in the street, and at Sky Harbor, the whole like driving area around the airport is basically a freeway. So I'm like running across the road and like finding construction site areas where there's no cars gonna be coming. So I walked through those and shit. And I was texting my boss and one of my colleagues that was coming with us. I was like, guys, I don't think I'm gonna fucking make it. Because I was 10 minutes into this walk to the goddamn terminal.
Yeah.
And there was 30 minutes before the flight left. Luckily it was a Thursday though, so the airport wasn't too terribly busy. But I get up there, and there's 10 minutes till the flight leaves. I can see the gate. I can see where it is. And I put my backpack on, and they scan it, and my laptop charger like dinged through the little scanner thing, so they had to pull it out, inspect it. They're like, oh, pull out your laptop charger. I was like, okay. So I pulled that out, put that back, and they're like, oh, we got to run it through again. So I went through the fucking scanner. Then my keyboard dinged it, even though she said it would be fine. I was like, dope, awesome. So she pulls that out. We scan it again separately, and I'm like, minutes are ticking, and then they had to scan it a third time because an old laptop charger I didn't realize was in there.
How many chargers you got in there?
Yeah, so that happened, and then after that third one went through and I could see that they had flagged it, I'm behind this guy that apparently brought a whole fucking cannery with him. Like, he has fucking tuna and like bags of meat. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, move. And I'm just fucking furious, and the lady looks at the bag and she's like, oh, that's weird. I don't know why I got that. You're fine. I was like, I'm not fine. This is not good. So I like start walking, and then as soon as that happens, my boss is like, hey, I tried to get them to hold the plane. They didn't.
They didn't.
Sorry, we'll try to figure something out. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. So I'm super angry, and I'm just looking around, and I'm looking back at the fucking TSA, like, but it's my own fault for parking so far fucking way, because it was about a 20-minute walk. If I would have just parked at the terminal, none of this would have happened, right?
What airline did you fly? Southwest?
Southwest, yeah.
East economy lot, bro.
I parked in the West economy lot and then walked from there.
You blew it!
Which is where I fucked up.
Rookie mistake.
Yeah, but then I was like, well, shit. And this whole time I'm like texting my boss and texting Marie. I'm like, this isn't a good fucking look. Like, this is the first time I'm coming out to LA, and I'm not gonna be there. I had a fucking presentation built, and Phillips is like, I'll take care of it. We'll try to figure something out. I was like, yeah, but it's not a good fucking look. I should fucking be there. God damn it. And Marie's trying to calm me down. She's like, well, is there another flight you can get on? And I was like, not that I'd probably have to fucking pay for. I can't afford to do that shit. God damn it. Fuck. All through text, you know?
Yeah, naturally.
So I'm just like, like, my thumbs are working hard.
You're killing pixels on that screen.
Yeah, I really am. But then, to make it worse, right?
Yeah.
I have to do the 3/4 mile walk of shame back to my car. So I'm just like, with my backpack on.
3/4 mile walk back to the car.
Yep. Trekking over the highway with significantly less urgency than there was when I was originally going through.
Yeah.
And then I get all my shit together, fucking get in the car, start driving away. I'm like, man, just feeling defeated. And I told Phillips, I was like, man, Phillips is my boss. I was like, dude, I'm just gonna work from home today. I don't want to go in the office. I might go in tomorrow. I don't know. I wasn't gonna. But so I start driving home, and then I get home, and my dog had peed in the house. I was like, awesome.
Good.
Because why
Good.
wouldn't he? So I had to clean it up and mop that, and that was super cool. And then I just sit down. I'm like, fuck, man. And then Phillips calls me, and he's like, hey, I don't know why we didn't think of this before, but do you maybe want to get onto another flight? I called, and I was like, maybe, but I didn't want to make it a huge inconvenience or a big deal, right? So I called the airline, and they were like, yeah, it'd be like $80 extra. And I was like, just cancel it. So I called him back, and he's like, well, I got clearance from his boss to pony up and send it back out there. And I was like, well, you have the card, just call, because he had the company card.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, just call and do it, and if it works out, awesome. If it doesn't, whatever.
It is what it is.
I'll just, it is what it is, and I'll just won't ever hear the end of it from all of my colleagues and bosses.
Yeah.
Which is fine. So he calls me back and is like, hey, we got you booked. Just it's the flight's in an hour and a half. Just get to the airport. So I was like, all right, dope. So I get to the airport, park in the terminal this time because this one learns his lessons.
Yeah.
And then got on the plane. It was a plane, and got on there and flew.
And it flew.
Time. It did fly. It didn't explode because I sent Phillips a text. I was like, I'm here. The only thing that would cap this day off is if this plane exploded, and that would just be the cap to my fucking day.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah,
but you didn't die. You just never could walk again.
Yeah, yeah. It's like it's Christopher Reeves in it. But yeah, got out there. But man, that was a stressful, annoying fucking day. I missed all the meetings for that day, so Phillips did end up having to give my presentation.
Good.
I did get an endless amount of flack from my colleagues and bosses, because it actually ended up costing them an extra $220 as opposed to the $60 that they told me. I was like, ooh. And Phil's like, it wasn't my money. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
So I was like,
they've got it. It's fine.
Yeah.
What's the company worth? They're like, what, $6 billion? I don't think that 220 really amounted to a whole lot of shit.
Like, ooh, 220?
That ain't gonna work.
Yeah. But yeah, that was my flight day. But Lolita asked me if I had gotten full cavity searched. Say hi.
Ow!
And I was like, no, they didn't full cavity search me. No matter what I did, no matter how hard I tried, nobody stuck a finger in my ass. It's really upsetting.
Bro, you could have called me.
I'm going in. Oh man, but yeah, that was my week.
Glove up.
But yeah, that's fucking where I was at.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So tell me about this game, man. I haven't played it with you yet.
So I've been way balls deep into survival games after we played The Forest for the first time. So Forest still is the best. I've also played Scum, which is also very fun, but it's still in beta. So it's like, it's glitchy, but it's fun. You can tell it's going to be a great game.
That game's been in beta for like a year and a half.
Mm-hmm. And they're making great strides with it. It's good. It's a fun game. Like, all right,
that's good.
I'm all right with it. And then The Mist is not even beta. Like, it's alpha testing and in development.
Sure.
The Mist Survival It is basically post-apocalyptic. Everyone is dead due to a disease. It's very much so the plot line of I Am Legend. And you are immune to the disease. They cannot come into the sunlight. There's like creatures, like mutant creatures, and they want to fuck your shit up for no real apparent reason. But they can't. But then there's like a mist that comes, and they come with the mist. So,
like the plot of the mist.
Yeah, same idea. And my coffee's so good tonight. It's kind of nice though because you don't have to like. You can go through and like build a base, but there's already like structures available for you to root up in, and you can make them your base, and then you can like fortify them and whatever. There's supposed to be a section 2 where like you can go and find other survivors. It's a single player game, and you go and you find other people that are alive, bring them back to your base, and then you have a settlement, and then you have like production that's always happening. So it's like instead of having to go out and farm out like rocks or sticks or logs or whatever, you have AI doing all this for you. That's supposed to be a thing. I haven't found. I put 7.5 hours into the game today, and I am yet to see that aspect of it, if it's even in there yet. I did find that there are enemy NPCs where it's like dudes with guns and shit and like hold up in their own, and if you walk by they'll shoot the shit out of you and you just immediately die. So that's been a lot of fun. But you also get like cars, and but you have to like piece them back together because they've all been stripped down for everyone else's parts. So you have to go and like find an engine, you got to find a battery, you got to find 4 tires, you got to find spark plugs, you got to find gas. But you can siphon this all off of other cars that are out there. So, and I'm building the Land Rover because I'm fucking boss hog. And ultimately, the game is very, very, very early, but super great potential. I'll put a couple of clips of gameplay in here as well, so you can kind of see what it looks like. But it feels good. It feels very.
Right now. Do it right now.
I hope you like that footage. As you can see, it's excellent. Aesthetically pleasing. But yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. The developer on this game, I just looked it up. It is. Who is it? Dimension 32 Entertainment. And they're good.
And they've made such classics as.
This is their first game.
Oh, no.
I looked it up.
That is kind of cool though. I like getting into games early, like with different developers and whatnot, and seeing the early stuff that they make. There's a game called Firewatch. I can't remember the name of the company that makes it, but it is awesome. I had a really good time with it. There's another game that is the saddest game in the whole entire world ever. It's called That Dragon Cancer. Have you ever heard of that?
I thought you were going to say Mickey Mouse Playhouse.
Yep. Yeah. Close. So these 2 parents made this game together, and it's called That Dragon Cancer, and it's about their kid who's like 5 or 6.
Ew.
So like in real life he has cancer, and they're trying to make a game of everything that he went through and whatnot. And cancer is clearly the protagonist of the game. And it's got a whole bunch of different like gameplay aesthetics and whatnot to it, and it's really cool. The sad shit is the documentary that comes along with it, which is, watching this kid go through this and record, like they're all of them are the characters of the game, the parents and the
Is
son.
cancer the protagonist or the antagonist?
The antagonist.
Okay.
The antagonist. Why would cancer be the protagonist?
That's what you said.
Look, I said antagonist.
Protagonist.
I said antagonist. Cancer is clearly the protagonist of the game.
And we're back, and now that we've seen it, and now that you know that I'm right.
No, you're not right. There's no way.
The people just saw it. Clearly, I'm right.
But yeah.
So I even remember I was like,
sad shit. The kid in real life actually ends up dying, and it's makes the whole game.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, it makes it sad as shit. But yeah, man.
Because when you said it was the saddest game ever, I didn't already know how that ended.
Yeah, right. But yeah,
other sad titles are including Marley and Me, Old Yeller, Shiloh, Showgirls.
Shiloh, fucking Showgirls. Shiloh wasn't a sad movie, was it?
I don't think so. No.
I don't remember.
No, he gets a dog in the end.
Yeah, Milo and Otis.
Do you know how many fucking animals died making that movie?
Yeah.
Do you remember? Do you know how at the end of movies now they're like, no animals were harmed in the making of this film? That's the movie.
Yes,
yeah,
that's
it is.
Like,
it
we
is.
lost 32 puppies and 18
Dude,
kittens.
More than that. It
Yeah,
was
no.
way more than that.
Because if you've ever actually seen that movie, they put some animals through some shit.
They're like throwing them in creeks and shit.
Yeah, there's all rapids and this kitten's just like, oh, help me. I'm like, yep. Wonder how many takes of that they had to do till the cat kept its head above water. Oh, are you looking it up right now? You're looking up
Right
stats?
now.
Yeah,
There are animal cruelty
seriously.
charges filed against the film. 27 kittens were killed.
Jesus. I was off by 10. I said 17. How many puppies? They did put the cat through more shit, though, I think. Yeah, there's a point where they sit this pug and this, like...
On a
tabby
turtle?
kitten stand off against a bear, I think.
Over 20 kittens were killed during the production. Alleged animals were harmed, put in dangerous situations. With the quick once-over, it doesn't say if they killed any dogs or not, but 27 cats were killed.
Yeah, so probably lots. Probably lots.
Big announcement from you.
Oh, yeah. So, clearly, as was established earlier, Marie lets me do things to her sometimes, and one of those times...
still don't know why.
Yeah. It's just a physical thing. I'm much bigger than she is.
Yeah, you are. Manhammer.
Right. That was, so yeah, I have 3 other daughters, a 13-year-old, a 12-year-old, and a 2-year-old over here. And now we were hoping for a boy, or I was hoping for a boy to break that up. Nope. Don't need to buy new baby clothes. Get another girl. Woo!
21, York High School, 35.
Couldn't go any other way.
So yeah, fucking.
Your sperm kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, aside from clearly functioning, it's like, nah, we're good.
Yeah,
You just
it works. I
do
mean,
you.
it does the job. It's just
you got swimmers, that's for sure.
all the female ones. Lolita says I'm gonna audition for the new Aquaman. Yep, gonna get in there. It's gonna be like, you know how in the new one, fucking, what's it called? The Marvel movie.
Justice League?
Nope, that's not Marvel. The Avengers one.
The Avengers.
Endgame, right?
Endgame,
You
yeah.
know how in Endgame they had the out of shape Thor that was just drinking beer and playing
That
video
Thor.
games all day. I'm gonna be that Aquaman, so I'll do that. I'll be
That Aquaman.
the fat out of shape
Aquaman.
Babe, can you grab me another cup of coffee, please? And thank you. But yeah, fucking a girl, otra vez. Thank you. So yeah, that's there's that. I got that.
Well, congratulations on another lady in the world, because that's exactly what you needed, was more estrogenical treachery in that household.
Yeah, it was when I was at in LA. One of my bosses we were at I found out while I was there. She called me, and I told Phillips, and then we went out to dinner later on. And one of my bosses, Lou, was like, we saw another family in the restaurant, and there was a dad with his son. He's like, "Sutty, look, that guy can make a boy. Why can't you?" I'm like, fuck right off. Fuck right off.
Yeah, I got mine the first try.
Yeah, fuck you too. So did Phillips. Fucking classic.
Simpatico drinking. Yeah, no, it was good. No, but congratulations on your boy.
Thank you. No, not boy. Girl.
Or lack thereof. So we
Oh, you want to do this week in dumb?
I do.
This week in dumb.
Lulu, skip to my Lou, Lulu, skip to my Lou, Lou.
Yesterday, as a matter of fact, in the great state of Oklahoma, 10 individuals were hospitalized because the medical facility in which they were administering flu vaccines
I heard about this.
somehow mixed up the flu vaccines with life-saving insulin.
Yes.
Insulin is life-saving for those that have diabetes. However, if you inject yourself with extra insulin,
That's
sans
really bad.
diabetes, real dangerous, real
Yeah.
fucking dangerous. So somebody fucked up real bad. So it just goes to show you, even though you have a doctor, they have a white coat on, giving you those injections, there's still a doctor in fucking Oklahoma. So you should probably go to a different state. Because
And also to piggyback on this, because I have extensive experience with insulin because of my dog. Insulin has a very strong, distinct smell. It smells like leather on shoes. You can't fuck this up. Like if you smelled it one time, you will never the rest of your life forget what that smells like. And when they were drawing that, there's no plausible way in my head that they could make that mistake. Like it's like that's fucking insulin. Like it stinks. Like it actually
like,
doesn't.
did somebody get new shoes?
It's exactly what it smells like. Brand new unworn Nikes. It's exactly what it smells like. And I know this because I dropped a bottle and then I picked it up thinking that it was okay. And then when I flipped it upside down to actually draw from it, it all dumped out all over my hands, which no matter how much I scrubbed it, I could have taken lava soap and an SOS pad to these bitches. And it still, for like a day, like showered, hands up in my hair, my illustrious long locks. Oh, I'm rocking a man bun today, by the way. And yeah, it no getting that off. Like it just has to, your skin cells have to come off. And so it becomes even more implausible that they did that on accident when you take that into account. Like, unless they had like a cold, which I'm pretty sure they shouldn't be administering shit then either.
They actively
I
have
don't
the
know.
flu whilst giving the flu vaccine.
Yeah.
That's funny, man. Fucking, yeah, that blew my whole mind. I was like, wow,
That's insane.
it is insane. And speaking of blowing minds, are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready? Because this is the Rotten Tomatoes game. Movies fucked your mind.
Oof. Oof.
Let's get in it.
Let's do it, baby.
All right. Now,
Talk to me, baby girl.
big girl. Where are we? All right. So, a story that, or before we start, your spiel, real quick. The rules.
The rules of the Rotten Tomatoes game are as follows. Rotten Tomatoes game is scored just like golf. You want to have the lowest score possible. The way that would work is when you guess a movie, it goes against RottenTomatoes.com, and you check the movie and you take the critic score, and you're trying to guess what the critic score is. That spans anywhere between 0 and 100 in increments of 1. So it's technically 101 options of what that could be. And then for every point that you are off, you gain a point. However, if you guess it exactly, you would get -5 points. So you would bring your score back down. It doesn't happen very often, but somehow Sutty's managed to do it twice. Way to go, buddy. And you may be the best at this game. It was my idea to do the game. However, I struggle really hard with it. And so today we're doing, usually you do, so it works off of 5 movies and you base it off of a theme to make it fun. And today's theme for Rotten Tomatoes game is movies that fuck with your mind. Anally.
Just got right into your cerebellum, stuck its finger in, spread it open wide, raw dogged it. All right.
What is that, speculum?
Speculum, yes.
God, I'm so fucking smart. But
Right.
I bet I get this movie wrong.
So,
Speculum is, though.
a story that chronicles 2 separate stories of Leonard, an ex-insurance investigator who can no longer build new memories, as he attempts to find the murderer of his wife, which is the last thing that he remembers. One storyline moves forward in time, while the other tells the story backwards, revealing more each time. In the year of our Lord, 2000, I'm speaking of
Memento.
Since my injury, I can't make new memories. Everything fades. I've told you this before, haven't I?
What's the last thing that you do remember?
My wife. Dying.
I like this movie
Directed
because of
by-
all the tattoos.
Yeah, there are a lot of tattoos. It was directed by Christopher Nolan, starring Guy Pearce, Carrie-Anne Moss, and Joe Pantoliano.
The Trinity was in this movie, too.
Yeah, that's Carrie-Anne Moss.
Yeah, I clearly wasn't listening. Alright.
Maybe that's why you're so bad at this game.
No, that's not it.
Ooh.
My name's Sutty. I get 6. Alright. So I think this was like the kickoff of modern, like, fucky movies. They're all fucky. You don't know what's going on. And
There was some before it, but I mean, it was definitely the reemergence of it, I think, in the of the genre. And so yeah,
willing to bet this was well received. So I'm gonna go with Fresh at. I feel like this was a good, really good movie, though. I love this movie. Did you love this movie?
I absolutely love this movie, which is why I picked it.
I'm gonna go 85%.
85%. You locking that in?
Yeah.
Okay. So, this movie was certified fresh, and I did do the research. And
It actually
it was
is
actually
certified.
because of how much it annoyed you before. It is certified fresh at 92%. So that's
Hey, 7.
not a bad draw from you.
Hey, that's a good game for me. Let's just stop here. This was the Rotten Tomatoes game.
All right, wrap it up. Fucking like, share, subscribe. So Memento was actually such a good movie that it was considered culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant by the U.S. Library of Congress and was selected for preservation in the National Film Registry in 2017. It's Christopher Nolan's first movie to be preserved in National Film Registry. It was also the first non-documentary film from the 2000s to be preserved. So in 17 years, it was the first work of fiction that was preserved for its content.
How do they gauge that for the first movie of the new millennium? Would it be the first one made or the first one inducted?
The first one inducted, because it wasn't inducted until 2017.
Right. So I was just thinking
So
of like,
17 yeah.
I wonder if like they inducted more, but they were made after the first one. That one was because it was the year 2000.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's true. I have no idea, man. I'm not,
You know what I'm saying?
didn't do that
I feel
much
like I'm
research.
explaining this
I
poorly.
do. Nope, I get it. I get what you're saying.
Because the way they worded that could go either
some
way.
that were inducted in 2015, but it was made in 2003, then
Yeah.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
I'm curious
But
how
I
that
don't know.
works.
I don't have that answer.
We'll call them. Oh, wait.
I will. Hello, Congress.
Is that how that... Write your senator. Hey, I have a question about 2017's film induction.
Additionally, the medical condition experienced by Leonard in this film is a real condition called anterograde amnesia, which is the inability to film new memories after damage at the hippocampus. During the 50s, doctors treated forms of epilepsy by removing parts of the temporal lobe, resulting in some memory problems.
You think? Because they just cut part of your brain out.
Yeah, they're like, don't need that anymore.
Do you know how they treat that today?
How?
Ketogenic diet.
Oh, look at that. It's got to change your diet.
Turns
Rub
out they
some-
don't need to cut your brain out. They just need to make you not eat sugars or grains.
Just eat less like shit.
Mhm. And they get real trim too. They look like Jesus when they're done. The line cook at the macaroni grill, not the holy figure. Everybody calm your tits.
Next, in a future world devastated by disease, a convict is sent back in time to gather information about the man-made virus that wiped out most of the human population on the planet. I am, of course, speaking of 1995's 12 Monkeys.
I am simply trying to gather information to help the people in the present trace the path of the virus.
We're not in the present now.
This is a place for crazy people.
I'm not saying you're not mentally ill. For all I know, you're crazy as a loon.
I also like this one.
I did as well. Directed by Terry Gilliam and starring Bruce Willis and Brad Pitt.
Such a good movie. Did you watch any of the show?
I have not. I've heard it was pretty good, but
I watched it. It was good.
I got too many other shows.
Yeah, it's not good enough to stop what you're watching and enjoying currently. But it is good. I would just give it a solid good rating. Not great. Definitely not going to change your life, but it is good.
That's how I feel about The Watchmen. I started watching that, and it's
good.
I'm only an episode into it, but it's good.
I'm gonna guess Brad Pitt was pretty hot in the 90s, both in career and aesthetics. And this was like pre-Angelina, so I think they really liked him back then. I'm curious if this was pre or post the movie where he had the long hair, A River Runs Through It.
I don't know that I ever saw it.
'Cause I feel like that was like Oscar darling level of a movie.
What was that other one where he played Death?
I don't know.
Had him and Anthony Hopkins in it. I don't remember.
And then also Fight Club, but that was 99, wasn't it?
Yeah, Fight Club was a little later.
So I'm going to say based off of that. Now the reason why I feel like that will sway critics based off previous performances versus this one. So if it's going to give it a boost, if it's going to give it a cut. This one's got to be fresh.
Okay.
I'm gonna say. Here's the thing: at this point in the game, I'm just excited to guess correct if it's fresh or rotten. Take score out of it. I feel like I should be playing this game pass fail. But I'll say fresh and a safe guess of 75.
75?
Yeah.
Okay.
But if it's a rotten, I wouldn't be surprised either.
12 Monkeys. No, it is certified fresh.
Okay.
And certified. Fucking stamp.
Got the stamp, yeah.
I looked, it's there.
Mhm.
Certified fresh at 89%.
Oh, okay.
14 off. Not terrible. Not terrible.
I'm good with that.
fun fact with that, the marketing team for this movie, the tagline that they originally wanted to put out on it was, "The future is in the hands of a man who has," and they scrapped that because they thought it sounded like the man who, in the hands of a man that had no hands instead of no future. So they're like, "Yep, that's too confusing. Toss it out." Does that make sense? Clear as mud. Another fun thing, the final cut didn't do too well in test screenings, and so all those involved discussed making major changes to the movie, but Terry Gilliam eventually decided to keep it as it was. When released, it went on to make over 5 times its budget, at which point Bruce Willis was paid, because when he originally signed on, he did all of the work for free because he wanted to work with Terry Gilliam. So he wasn't paid until well after the movie was released for the work that he did for 12 Monkeys.
That's actually, he does that kind of from time to time. He'll agree to pay after, and then he'll take a percentage of the global gross.
Yeah.
So then it's potentially could be a lot more. But if the film flops, it's kind of a risk because he could be like, "Ooh, we made 30 grand." So
I wonder if he does that now, because he's been making a whole bunch of shit movies. He's gone the way of like
paid up
Cuba
front.
Gooding Jr. and Nicolas Cage and what's the other guy's name? 300.
Gerard Butler.
Gerard Butler. Yeah, they're all just making
Adam Sandler.
Shit movies. Yeah, like they owe the fucking tax man or something, so they just got to make.
What movie was he in that you didn't like?
Bruce Willis?
Yeah.
I don't know. He's in a bunch of movies that I've seen his face on, like Amazon or whatever, with movies that just aren't.
And he's not in the same category as Nicolas Cage.
I'm not saying.
Tell him.
That.
That's shit.
Get him.
I'll find him. I'm not gonna do it right this second, but I will find him and I'll give them to you. And when you edit this together, I want you to put all of them up here right now. Yeah, you're better at this than I am.
Actually, no, I can do it. Okay, I did it, and it was cool, right? Like and subscribe.
Thank you. It's exactly exactly what I wanted. All right. So next up,
You'll notice that I put like and subscribe at the end of that. Go back and watch it if you didn't notice. I'm calling it now.
In 1954, up-and-coming U.S. Marshal Teddy Daniels is assigned to investigate the disappearance of a patient from Boston's Shutter Island Ashcliffe Hospital. He's been pushing for an assignment on the island for personal reasons, but before long he thinks he's been brought there as a part of a twisted plot by hospital doctors whose radical treatments range from unethical to illegal to downright sinister. Teddy's shrewd investigating skills soon provide a promising lead, but the hospital refuses him access to records he suspects would break the case wide open. As a hurricane cuts off communication with the mainland, more dangerous criminals escape. In the confusion and the puzzling, improbable clues multiply, Teddy begins to doubt everything: his memory, his partner, even his own sanity. I am, of course, talking about 2010's
Shutter Island. I said it cooler than you.
So this prisoner escapes in the last 24 hours.
We don't know how she got out of her room. It's as if she evaporated straight through the walls.
We haven't heard the truth once yet.
But no one will talk. It's like they're scared of something.
It's all down, all the lines, even radio.
Whatever the hell's going on here, it's bad. We need to ask you some questions, okay?
Yep. Directed by Martin Scorsese and starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Mark Ruffalo, and Sir Ben Kingsley.
Martin Scorsese, I don't think he's ever put out anything that fucking critics didn't go apeshit over. I'm gonna say this one's a little bit easier based on that. Also, Leonardo DiCaprio doesn't ever do bad with the critics.
Mm-hmm.
But I also remember not like thinking this was I saw it and I'm like, yeah, it's okay. I didn't love it.
I liked it a lot. I liked the last 20 minutes the most.
Yeah, when the plot twist comes in, you're like, what?
Explosion.
Well, the very end specifically.
Yeah.
Very end. Because, in my head, I think that he voluntarily killed himself because he couldn't live with what he did to his family. Spoiler alert.
What year did this come out?
2010. It's
We're good.
Almost a decade. Yeah.
If you anything after a year, spoilers are off the table. Simpatico drinking. Dude, fucking Pretzel is rocking me so hard right now.
Is it? I forgot to put fucking music on. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
You guys could all just head over to mixer.com/Bloody the Elf and just enjoy yourself if you want. This guy's fucking just owning his guitar right now. Shutter Island, again fresh. Yep. Martin Scorsese, my dog. Leo. You know what's funny is we all hated Leonardo DiCaprio in the 90s
Titanic.
Because Titanic was such a colossal piece of shit and all of our girlfriends wanted to fuck him. But now it's like, you're cool. Yeah, I'll say certified fresh, certified, stamp it. And again, I'm going 80%.
80?
But again, if this was, because I didn't love it, if this one was rotten, I wouldn't be too upset about it. Like, oh,
No.
okay.
So Shutter Island was fresh, not certified, but fresh.
Really didn't get the certification?
No, did not get the certification.
That really surprises me.
68%.
Well, all right.
Yeah, so 12, not terrible. The couple fun things about this: the title is an anagram of truths and lies, or truths/denials. Let's mix those up and make Shutter Island.
I wonder if they figured that out later, or if they thought of that first and then made the whole movie around that. Like, all right, got this idea. Martin, stay with me on this, all right? The movie, Shutter Island. But when you mix these letters up, there's truths and denials. And he's like, I like it. Call Leo. I got a film for him.
Ready for your next one?
I suppose.
Okay. Trevor Resnick is a lathe operator who suffers from insomnia and hasn't slept in a year. Slowly, he brings it down
This
his
was such a
sanity
good movie.
as increasingly bizarre things start happening at work and at home, haunted by a deformed coworker who no one seems to think exists. An ongoing stream of indecipherable post-it notes he keeps finding on his fridge. He attempts to investigate what appears to be a mysterious plot against him, and in the process, embroils two women into his madness. I'm talking about
The Machinist.
You okay?
Don't I look okay?
If you were any thinner, you wouldn't exist.
How you doing, Resnick? I've had a lot on my mind lately. There's nothing I can't handle.
Radio says there's a storm on the way. I'd say it's already here.
I'm so tired.
Everyone gets insomnia now and then.
Steve, I haven't slept in a year.
2004, The Machinist. Directed by Brad Anderson, starring Christian Bale and Jennifer Jason Leigh.
This one probably didn't get a ton of reviews because this was like one of his first films, wasn't it?
No, well, maybe, because the thing was he transformed his body so.
God damn, he got thin for that movie.
Because he went from American Psycho, where he was.
That one come out first.
Yeah. So he was stacked and just shredded.
Yeah.
And then did The Machinist, and then did Batman Begins.
Batman Begins, yeah.
Yeah, so it was like he did an insane body transformation. So I mean,
Quickly,
fun fact
too.
that I didn't put in here was he ate an apple,
Can of tuna and an apple.
Can of tuna, yep. And
That was it.
and he took up smoking to curb his appetite as well.
A little bit.
Yep.
God, that would suck so hard. And he looked great, super sexy. God, he looked awful in that movie. This one I don't think did as well, but I remember really liking it. I just don't know.
It was good.
These are hard. These movies are hard.
Good. I like it a lot.
This I will say. It was just such a good book, the way that it flipped around in the end. I can't imagine somebody being like, you know what? Nope. So, but I know somebody did. So it's like, I'm going to say Fresh again. And I'm going to say...
Yeah, your audio just cut out.
No, it didn't. I'm mouthing along to the music.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the fuck?
Okay, it's gonna be Fresh at 70%.
70?
70.
Okay.
Siete. Es bueno.
The Machinist was certified fresh at 77%. So you're very close. So Brad Anderson, the director, didn't ask Christian Bale to lose a vast amount of weight and was genuinely shocked when he saw Bale's appearance on the first day of shooting. He also confessed that he was thrilled that he actually did it. Now, the fun thing about this is the whole plot, like the whole story, is set in Los Angeles, right?
Yeah.
But Brad Anderson and screenwriters were turned down by every American studio and producer that they approached on the grounds that the screenplay was just too fucking weird. So they didn't shoot it in America. They shot it in Barcelona and had to make
Spain.
everything look like LA. So that included cars, license plates, product placements, like had to reconstruct LA in what they said was the worst parts of Barcelona, like the worst fucking neighborhoods.
They took their fucking shithole to make it our number 2 market.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
So I was
checks
like,
out.
oh, that's fucking nifty.
To be fair, though, Barcelona's really nice.
I believe it. But, you know, some parts of LA are really nice. And then other parts, there are homeless people in tents in the middle of the street. I know, because I was just there.
Hey, maybe I'll go to Barcelona. I am planning a trip next year to... I'm going to go to Europe next year.
Look at you.
Treat myself.
Fucking world traveler over here.
Never been. And I'm like, I'm
Neither.
going to fucking go to Europe next year.
That's super dope. I'm excited for you. You ready for your last
September-ish. Oh, I got one more?
You have one more. One more.
Yes.
Okay. Evan Trayborn suffers blackouts during significant events of his life. As he grows up, he finds a way to remember these lost memories and a supernatural way to alter his life by reading his journal. I'm speaking of
The Butterfly Effect, starring and directed by
Eric Bress and J. Mackie Gruber, starring Ashton Kutcher, and Amy Smart.
You can't change who people are without destroying who they were.
Every time I try to go back in time and help someone, everything just goes wrong.
Oh my god, what did we do?
You can't play God.
The Butterfly Effect.
From 2004. I can't remember if I said that or not.
This is right off of the Punk'd era.
Right around there.
Did the critics like it? I don't know if they would have liked Ashton. Well, you do. And like
I do.
anyone else who's looked it up, so it's not exactly hard to find information. Who knows? Only not me right now. All you have to do is skip ahead like 2 minutes and then you can find out. We will supply you with that information. I'm gonna... And the end was weird too, wasn't it?
There were
Hang on.
multiple endings recorded.
What was the theatrical ending? Do you even know? I don't even know what the theatrical ending was.
The theatrical ending, from what I remember... Oh my god. I don't know. Because I remember a lot of the endings. The theatrical one, though, I think, was he didn't introduce himself to Amy Smart at all, and then he ended up passing her on the street in New York. And he recognized her because he had gone back so many times and obviously knew her and whatnot. But they didn't interact at all. But he removed himself from her life completely so that
sounds right.
She could succeed.
I hated the ending that was him going back to the womb and like cutting off his umbilical cord and then killing himself.
One of my fun facts actually addresses that. But go ahead.
I really don't know. But I'm having a great game for me.
You
so
are. You are. You really are. You're having just a great game, period. It's not bad.
All right, I don't want to play this one safe then. A little bit.
Okay.
Still gonna go with this one's gonna be more center than the others, I think. Because I just don't feel like they would respect Ashton Kutcher that much. But Amy Adams, though, that's the chick that was in.
No, Amy Smart, and not Amy Adams.
Who's Amy Smart?
Amy Smart was in Varsity Blues.
Who was she in Varsity Blues?
The dude's girlfriend, like the real girlfriend, not whipped cream bikini, but the other one, the actual girlfriend. And
look it up.
Yeah, look up Baby Smart. She's been in a few things. I can't think of anything else off the top.
Oh
of my
yeah,
head.
yeah. Road Trip.
Oh yeah, Road Trip. She's also in that.
Just Friends. Ryan Reynolds. Duh.
Oh fuck! Yeah.
Did you even see that movie? I didn't see it.
Yeah, I did. I actually
Was
really
it
liked
good?
that movie a lot.
I love Ryan
Yeah.
Reynolds. I would watch anything with Ryan Reynolds in it. Okay, so Butterfly Effect, I'm gonna say fresh at 65%.
65?
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah. Butterfly Effect was rotten.
Damn.
At 32%. 33.
I was thinking like if it's not 65, it's 32.
Yeah.
I should have gone with that. I should have
gone that route.
It's because Ashton Kutcher was in it.
Right. It's fucking wrenching the gears, bro. So all of the prison scenes, like the scenes where Ashton Kutcher was in prison, was actually filmed in a real prison with real prisoners. So everybody there, they were not paid extras. They were
Slave labor.
Yeah, real life people in prison.
Slavery, man. Get shit done.
The alternate ending where he goes back in the room and strangles himself. In the movie, they address that Evan was her first baby, but she had 4 miscarriages prior. And it's posited that because he inherited this skill from his father, right? He did.
I don't remember. I really don't remember the movie very well.
So it's posited that every other child went through the same thing that he did, and determined that killing themselves in the womb was the best course of action. Just remove themselves from everybody's lives. So each kid actually lived a partial lifetime, learned the skill that they had, and decided to go back and kill themselves in the womb, which is why she had 3 or 4 prior miscarriages. I thought that was an interesting little tidbit.
I just don't think that. How's a baby gonna know anything?
Because he knew things going back to when he was a kid as an adult. Like, he had adult knowledge. Reading his journal, going back into that time, he retained all of his memories and whatnot. That was the power.
I don't like it.
But your total score, let's see.
Wrap it up. This was a good one.
Yeah, so 14, 28.
I think I'm way under 100 this
40.
time.
You are 72.
Best game of my life.
72. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad at all, sir.
Not bad considering I haven't seen any of these movies in at least 10 years.
Yeah. I tried to make it a mix.
Full disclosure, I don't think I've ever seen 12 Monkeys. After I thought about it, I'm like, maybe I haven't seen that movie.
It's really good. You should watch it. You should remedy that. I was going to do what were they? Moon and
I never saw Moon.
The other one. Moon is a phenomenal movie that you need to watch. I don't remember what the other one was. It was something
really I have good. It right here. I'll tell you. It was.
Okay,
Identity.
Identity, also very good. You should watch both of those.
Okay.
Do it.
Everyone watch those movies. How'd you guys do? Like and subscribe. Did you do better than me? Did you do worse than me? Leave a comment below. Let's find out. For realsies. I know some of you actually do listen this far in if you don't watch. So let us know. We'd like to hear from you. For reals.
Yeah, let us know your scores.
I feel like there was going to be something else I wanted to talk about and I forgot about it, but that's fine. We're past that. Yeah, let's wrap it up.
All right. Let's wrap it up. So I have been SuttySmash. That has been
Bloody the Elf.
And we appreciate you guys being here. Whatever you get into, hope it finds you well. And you guys take care of yourselves.
Yeah, guys. And remember, most of all, this is for Bloody the Elf and SuttySmash saying, keep it posy.
Yeah.
That's me as the music.
So smooth. So smooth.
Keith Stone.